Hello YouTube, MillenniumX17 here. We're going to do a quick overview on the Nintendo press conference. It just got over, I'd say, about 20 minutes ago now. Couple of thoughts I have with it. But overall, I say Nintendo's press conference, overall, it really did suck. I'm afraid to say. You know, it really did. They had such a huge opportunity to showcase the Wii U and how why we need this technology and why we need this device in our lives, and they really didn't deliver on anything. It is just really overall disappointing. Two good things came from it, but overall it damn near put me to sleep. I put it in the same league as Microsoft's conference. It had no pop. It had no fizzle. There's no like wow moment at all. There was no bombshell announcement. Again, I don't know what it is about this year with the lack of bombshell announcements and the quantity of pre-recorded trailers are just astounding. It really was. But anyway, they started off with Miyamoto coming out, a short skit with him and Pikmin, and they came out and he started talking about Wii U. He showed the Wii U controller. They had it on stage at the beginning. They had the controller on stage, but they did not have the console on stage. Weren't they going to show the console in its final form here? They never had the console on stage at any point in time. It made no sense. But anyway, they showed the Wii U controller, and then they immediately went in. The one of two big things that you can take away that it is good. The bad part is it's on Wii U. The good part is Pikmin 3 has been announced. It's a pre-recorded demo. That's going to be a recurring theme a lot here. It's on the Wii U. Uses the tablet controller, nunchuck, and all the other jive that goes with Nintendo products. They're making it more and more like a real-time strategy game, which looked very, very impressive. You can actually use the Wii remote thing to use it as like a map to quick change to different locations so that you can do multiple things at the same time. That makes sense. It's really good stuff. It looks really good. They announced a new Pikmin type, like a rock Pikmin type that can be used to break objects down and what have you. But it looks really good. So Pikmin 3 looks very good. So then Reggie Fils-Aimé comes out and claims that they're going to be showing 23 Wii U titles on stage, which I was like, wow, okay, yeah, but yet they're like, well, it's not very long, so we have to move along, yada yada. And he talks about how Netflix, YouTube, Hulu Plus, Amazon Instant coming to, the Wii U platform, and there's too much to talk about. And this is where I need to remind people that part one of my E3 showings, I said that if anybody throws a website up, I'm not going to it. I'm just commenting on what they showed in the press conference. So, through the whole thing, Nintendo kept throwing up their E3 website, which was e3.nintendo.com, I think is what it ends up being. Really, seriously, if it's that important, put it in the damn conference. Don't have everybody go, because everybody who was in attendance, they're not able to go onto the internet. The internet in LA right now is crap because there's so many people using it to try to upload stuff from the convention that they're not going to be able to look it up. So what's the point of telling them, go to this website to get more information? It really blows my mind. They confirmed that two of those big huge tablet things can be put on one Wii U. All right, whatever. They did this video demo overview of the game, the big huge controller, which is pretty much all stuff we already know about. They talked about the Miiverse again. That was the Sunday pre-E3 thing that they did. It's an online network, social thingy. It's like a cross between Twitter and Facebook, but not being as functional as either. I don't know how they managed that one, but it's just observation at this point in time. They then announced new Super Mario Bros. U. It's integrated with the Miiverse. Pre-recorded demo is what they showed. Looks like Mario. Nothing new and or amazing here. Here's another thing. This console's apparently in high definition. It didn't look all that much more impressive than any other Mario games we've ever played before. Which you can attribute that a lot to the art style, but seriously. But whatever. What do we get? Okay, now this is the part of the conference that makes no sense. Alright, it's the new console, so they should be showing us new and exciting titles that push, you know, the console forward to make me go, I want to have this now. So what do they show? Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. That's right, a game that came out last year. It blows my mind, it really does. It's for the Wii U. It has new features. Nobody really cared. It was just not... And here's the thing. They had a pre-recorded demo of it that was heavily cut and edited. I do a lot of stuff on YouTube. I do a lot of stuff in video in general. I've cut videos together. I have Sony Vegas Pro or 10 Unlimited Platinum, whatever the edition I have. Sony Vegas. So I do a lot of cutting and editing myself. I could tell you that this PRT for the Batman Arkham City was so heavily cut and edited, it blew my mind. There was a lot of work that went into that, just, you know, the little bit they did show. The interesting thing about it, though, is that there was lots of talking and or introducing. It's like Reggie would bring out one guy who would then introduce another guy who introduces a video of another guy on the team who then introduced a fourth guy, and it's like they're talking about it, but they're not showing anything, which leads me to believe that they were trying to cover up for the weakness that it was. But alright, you know, what they showed looks good, but it's an older game. Nobody really is too jived about it. You know, let's go play a game that we already beat last year on a new console later this year. Whatever. Now, here's an interesting game that definitely caught my attention, but they later deflated. It's really bizarre. They announced wait, it wasn't Super. It was Scribblenauts Unlimited for the Wii U. Genius. Now you can use the big touchscreen on the controller here, and with the, you know, on your TV, Scribblenauts on a major console. That's groovy. Okay, so that looks really damn awesome. Here's the thing. There's no actual demo shown of this game. No demo shown. What they showed is what I'm now calling a pre-recorded primer thingy, which it's like a think of it like a movie trailer almost, where but we've seen these kind of things for game companies before. It's people in a in their living room or setting or what have you, and there's like a narrator narrating over it, and they're throwing between the gameplay and the people enjoying themselves, and then graphics and then text and then narrator and music, and everyone's having a good old time. I'm gonna call them pre-recorded primer thingies from now on, because, you know, so it's PRPTs. That's what they showed, and there was no actual gameplay shown of this. Really disappointing. They then go through some rapid fire games for the Wii U. Darksiders 2, we already knew. Mass Effect 3, okay. A game called Tank. Never heard of it. That doesn't even look interesting, to be honest with you. Tekken Tag Tournament 2, Trine 2, Ninja Gaiden 2, Aliens Colonial Marines. Some of these we've already known. The other ones we don't know about, nobody cares about. So, again, kind of strange. It's like they're filling their conference with a bunch of, you know, just to say that they have 23 games. You know, even though only maybe like 4 or 5 of them are of any valid usage and or entertainment value. They came out, started talking about the balance board some more, and then, go figure, Wii Fit U was announced. Another PRPT. So there's that. Another game that they announced that made absolutely no sense whatsoever. Sing is the name of the game. Sing. The S, N, and G are capitals, and the I is not. I have no idea what the hell this game has to do with anything. It's some kind of a sing-along game, musical, but we don't know anything about what the hell this kind of scoring system they have going on with it is. It made no sense. They did not clearly explain this one at all. Then they had Scott Moffat come out, and he's the head of the 3DS division of some sort, and he comes out, and nobody in the audience is clapping or cheering in any way, shape, or form. So he stands there and he goes, "Come on, give me something, give me, yeah, give me," and then after like a couple of minutes of, you know, silence, everyone's like, "Woo!" you know, it was so bad. I'm like, so awkward. Like, nobody knows who he is. We've never seen him before. It really is. And then they announce on their E3, you know, website, the e3.nintendo.com website that I'm not going to, that tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time, they're going to have another hour-long conference exclusively dedicated to the 3DS. Okay. The games that they did show on stage, which everyone really cared about, you know, i.e. this main conference, which they should have, you know, brought their big guns. What they brought was new Super Mario Bros. 2, which is coming on October 19th, 2012. It looks like Mario. Go figure. Paper Mario Sticker Star. I'm not even joking. They didn't explain it. They explained this game so poorly that the only thing I got out of it is that it features stickers. I literally wrote that because as I felt I had to write something, and that's all I could get out of the game. So, and then they announced a game that we knew about last year, Luigi's Mansion. Later this year, Luigi's a Ghostbuster now. I don't know. It really. Then they bounced through a couple of quick other 3DS games that they just shot through so fast I couldn't even write them down. Mostly due to the fact that every game had like a huge freaking, you know, 15-word title to it. Castlevania Lords of Shadow, something else, Epic Mickey something. And this is where they really shot themselves in the foot. Scribblenauts Unlimited is also a 3DS title. So what's the appeal to having it on the main console if it's also on the 3DS? They really shot themselves in the foot on that one. And then they also have a Kingdom Hearts 3D game. Then, next up, they talked about Lego City Undercover. A PRPT for this one as well. This looks abysmally rough. And I'm talking like they shouldn't even have shown it. Like, if I was standing here saying they didn't even show any gameplay, that would be better than what they did show. Because in the PRPT, they showed gameplay footage that was so choppy and rough and just didn't even look good, you know, graphics-wise. It even giving the art style of Lego, it still didn't even look that good. It was pretty poor stuff. Like, one of the characters on screen goes to talk, his mouth starts moving, and then like 2 seconds later, the voice actor kicks in. It was unbelievably bad. Like, no effort put into that whatsoever. Needs lots of work. And oh, by the way, they're also working on a portable version. Great, you can't get the main version, you know, working well, so why don't we just also come out with a portable version as well? Someone will obviously buy it. Yves Guillemot comes out, the Ubisoft CEO came out, pretty much stroking Reggie the whole time, for the most part. I mean, if you want to get real with what he said, what was actually going on, talking about how great Nintendo is and how great the Wii U is, and it did it, whatever. Just Dance 4... They actually had the Wii U version demoed on stage. I'll have to say, this is actually pretty impressive looking for the Wii U title. Live demo on stage. The, get this, only live demo on stage. Totally piss poor. The fact that this is the only game that they live demo on their stage is Just Dance 4. They're showing a real confidence in their product by not even having it there. They have to pre-record and edit a trailer to show you, just to get you to, you know, go, you know, to be excited about what they have. And after this conference, they really don't have much of anything. Zombie U came out again as well. A PRPT again. This game, hands down, it's this game, Zombie U, and Pikmin 3 are the two best games thus far that I've seen for the Wii U. Hands down, without fail. Zombie U is the best use of the integrated tech overall of the system, and it looks very interesting. But I'm not going to buy a system just for, you know, two games. It's just, this is not really good. They shot through a couple of more really, you know, the Ubisoft lineup that we already heard about yesterday. And then they announced something bizarre that they really didn't explain too thoroughly until it took about halfway through before I figured out exactly what it was. It's called Nintendo Land. It's basically Wii Sports for the Wii U. It's a tech demo, is all it is. It's a digital theme park of Nintendo properties that looks, the way the main thing is set up, it kind of looks Mario Party-ish, if you will, in a sort of sense of how everything is set up in the game world. And it's just a tech demo. There are 12 attractions that do 12 different things that showcase what the Wii U can do. And that will be ready at launch, which they didn't bother to tell us when that is. Again, great confidence in your product, Nintendo. You can't even so much as tell us when it's coming out and how much it costs, which is yet to be officially confirmed in any way, shape, or form. And then Reggie comes out to end it with more big pimp into their social nonsense, which they're going to be doing a lot of things on their YouTube channel, their Twitter account, their Facebook, and their EA.Nintendo website that no one's going to go to. I'm not. It's not necessary. If it's that important, you should have it in your own press conference. So, and then Reggie ends with like a primer speech. They end with going back to Nintendo Land for this fake fireworks show, and then they cut out. It's like an hour and 15 minutes. I was bored to tears. It's very disappointing. The conferences this year, definitely, I'll say, there will definitely be at least one more E3 video from me, like an overview of all the press conferences look together. Nintendo's show is definitely poor. I put them on par with Microsoft. They had stuff to show, but it didn't have any pop or sizzle to it. So that's Nintendo's press conference. The rest of E3 will be talking and game demos and what have you. And well, I'll summarize my thoughts in the final video for the press conferences as to what we've seen to this point in time. But as it stands right now, I predicted that Sony was going to win, and I think that's what happened. But we'll see how the rest of the show turns out. So until next time, you guys have yourselves a good day.